Hey, so I wanted to make a quick video going through what I do for the Microsoft form for Advantage Valley Day in case anybody ever has to do this or deal with this. It's not hard. It's just the way that I set the form up. The benefit of the form, the way we do it this way, is mainly so that we can make name tags really easily and schedules and stuff like that and get lots of information about the students to then use for marketing purposes. So let me share my screen here. What I need to start with the Microsoft form is the final sessions that are going to be offered in session A, B, and C. So Sarah sends this out to faculty, she gets their input, and then we end up with this, which is good. So it's got a description of all that stuff. All I need to know from this is the program and the session. I can't do anything else with this stuff, right? It's part of it. That's what students see because they're going to get this document. All I need to know is what session and when, or what's the name and when. But I'll take this and I will make sure that each of these options are available to be selected in the Microsoft form. So I have already done that. The form, by the way, so if you go to forms.microsoft.com, if you're in the Advantage Valley SharePoint, so this is the Advantage Valley Day sign-up form. And it asks lots of questions. It asks about their name, their contact information. It asks their school district, what school do you attend in each district. Asks, are they wanting to do two 45-minute demos or a single 90-minute demo? So if it's two 45-minute demos, then the branching questions activate to give them session A and session B. If they only choose a session C, 90-minute demo, then they're only going to get this question, and they'll have to choose one of those. And then anything else we want to ask of them. So what is important, and I've already done this, but what is important is making sure that the sessions here on the form on the right match what is offered here on the left for students to select. So session A, she's got it color coded, alcohol and drug counseling, bam. Early childhood education, bam. General studies, graphic design, bam and bam. Healthcare professions, health information, medical assistant, network systems, paramedic EMS, physical therapy, veterinary technology. Session A looks great. Session B, these are not in alphabetical order over here on the right because 3D AI and motion design used to be multimedia, but it's at the bottom of the form. But ASL, aviation maintenance, behavioral science, business, cybersecurity, digital marketing, electronics, game development, legal studies, massage therapy. There's that 3D AI and motion design, which I've put at the top here, alphabetical. And then the last one is utility construction. So those are all good. And then session C is going to be MAMC and culinary arts, which are right here, not highlighted in any color. So those are all good. They're all set up. But that's what I'll do here. I'll make sure that what is listed in this form matches what is available on our offerings. From this point, I'm pretty much done with this document on the right. So I'm going to close this. I don't need this anymore. Then what I need to do, so there is a spreadsheet that gets populated with this form submissions. So if I go to view responses here, I can see there's been 173 responses. Those are from previous years, but what's important to me is this spreadsheet right here, Advantage Valley Day. Now, you can send the form out to the counselors, to the high schoolers right now. But what we also need to do on the back end, especially once we start getting responses, is we need to go through the spreadsheet and make sure it matches exactly what is on the form as well. And what I mean by that is there's multiple tabs here. So tab number 1, form 1, this is where the raw data gets populated from the form submissions. Yes, we had 173 submissions, right, responses, but I've deleted those. Actually, I've copied and pasted them to another spreadsheet. So they're no longer in this one that's live. So that's why this one is all blank. That's by design. After we get those submissions, then I have 3 more spreadsheets here that I use, or tabs here that I use for creating name tags. These have 300 rows that are hidden from you. that populate with data based on a filter, and the filter on this one is if they chose Cabell County as their school district, then I want them on this spreadsheet and all of their information regarding their school, their first name, their last name, what sessions they chose for A, B, or C, and then what times and rooms those sessions are available will be populated via a formula that goes over here and looks at a tab called program listing. So these are the program listings that will match what was on that form. But you can also see we've got the times for each of them and the rooms for each of them. So this information is getting populated using XLOOKUP or VLOOKUP formulas based on what the students gave us here. And then from that, there's a column here called schedule. That is for mail merge purposes. So that schedule is going to have everything related to that student schedule for mail merge purposes. So what I do for this, I don't have to do anything right here yet. But what I do for this is I make sure this program listing matches exactly what is on that Microsoft form because we're doing these matching formulas. So if I bring that over to the left and then look at the form, or sorry, bring that to the right and look at the form on the left. Come on now. I go back to the questions on the form. What I'm trying to make sure is that I've got for sessions A, B, and C here, here's session A and B, that I've got the exact same data over here on the spreadsheet side. So I already do because I've already went through it, but all my session A's right here, alcohol and drug counseling, early childhood, general studies, graphic design. But what's important is these need to match exactly. So this needs to match this text exactly. You can copy and paste if you're not sure, but like if there's extra spaces, trailing spaces, that's not a match. Right? If this doesn't have that period at the end of tech and it's like this, that's not a match. It needs to match exactly the same text that you see between the two. All right. The reason is, again, the XLOOKUP formulas. So I've already got these all set. And then session B, same thing, 3D, American Sign Language, aviation. These should all match. They should all be good. Actually, yeah, some of these have trailing spaces because of last year, because I didn't fix them. Let me check and make sure we don't have any more of those. I don't want any trailing spaces. I could do a trim formula, but there's not that many of them that I can't just check. But again, it needs to be an exact match. It does not need to match that Word document. It doesn't need to match those exactly. It just needs to match between these two. And I think we're good. Same with session C. Check those as well. They need to match exactly as well. All right. Now, what happens when students fill out this form? So if I come here and say I want to collect responses, I'm going to get this link. Oops. I hit the wrong button. Copy link. What happens? Say I'll do test. Those are required. This stuff is optional. School district, I'll say I'm in Cabell. I'll say it's Cabell Midland. I'll say I want to do 2 45-minute demos, and you can see the branching questions pop up. And I'll say I want graphic design and I want business administration. All right. Session C should not pop up. So I need to take a look at the branching questions because that should not be an option. If I do this, yeah, if you do this one, then session C is the only one available to you. If you do that, all right, we need to, I'll go back and look at that. That should not be an option at all. So I will submit this. One question needs to be completed. Okay, it's making me do this. All right, let me fix that first. So go back to the form here. There should be. How is this set up? There should be branching. Why do I not see the branching? There should be branching. Hold on. Okay, the branching is in there. It just it's just funny. Okay, so session A says, please go to the next question. If you choose session C, it's going to go to question number 18. How do I hide 18 if they choose? Oh, okay. That's what it is. So in the individual options here for question or for session B, once they've chosen session B, it should skip session C altogether. I don't know if there's a better way of doing that, but I want to have them choose session A and then B and then skip and not show session C at all. The reason session C showed for me because business admin was not set up for branching. So that is something I need to make sure is set. That's the best solution I've come up with for that, I think. Okay, so now get out of this. I'll refresh this form, try this again. So test. Now, because I've chosen biz, okay, session C is no longer available to me, and it should be not available when I choose any of these. So that's good. All right, so I'm going to submit that. All right, now if I go back to the spreadsheet and I refresh this spreadsheet, I should see my test in Form 1. There it is, right there. So now that that's populated, I've got this information pulled up: Cabell Midland, the sessions I chose, A and B, graphic design and 3D, nothing for the rest of this stuff. Okay. Now what I'll do, because I chose Cabell, I'm on my Cabell tab, my Cabell spreadsheet. There is a filter applied to column A, and I need to apply that filter because it doesn't do it automatically. So I'm just going to click my little filter right here and say apply. And there I am. There's my test, what school I'm from, my session A, my session B, and no session C, and my time and my room numbers. And then that is a concatenation of my schedule, which I can then use for name tags. Do a mail merge into Microsoft Word and create name tags off of that. That's a whole separate video. But these are, you can see these are XLOOKUP formulas. So those are being populated based on finding what sessions you want. So graphic design, 3D, and because graphic design, and because it's Cabell Midland, it already knows I'm looking for program listing columns C. So program listing here, column C is Cabell. Okay, so it already knows I'm looking in Cabell. Session A's time for graphic design here is 8:45 to 9:30. And then when it finds session B for 3D AI motion design, 9:40 to 10:25, it's finding it from here. Okay, so those XLOOKUP formulas, all they're doing is going and grabbing these time slots, grabbing these room numbers right here, and then populating it here, and then that gets used to create this big concatenation, which you can't exactly tell what is all in that, but if I copy and paste it into a Word document for you, sorry. What happened to my screen? I lost my screen. Try that again. Why did I lose my screen? Okay, I got my screen back. I was just going to copy and paste that name tag information into Microsoft Word. So, or schedule information. So that is their schedule. That's what I chose. That'll get used to populate a name tag through Microsoft Mail Merge. So anyway, I think that's everything. The form should be ready. But those are the steps that I go through. I just really make sure that our course listings are matching what's on that form, and that the spreadsheet, for the purpose of creating name tags, has the same information as what's on the form, so that we can get those VLOOKUP or XLOOKUP formulas to match what's here to what's here, so that we can make name tags. Hopefully this didn't confuse you too much.